Good afternoon, fellow tankers. I'm Commander Denalii, and today we're taking a look at the American heavy tank, the T110E5. It's a Tier 10 American heavy tank, so this is one of the best tanks you can get, in my opinion, of course. I mean, this thing has armor, it has gun, it has, pretty okay mobility. I mean, you can say it has it all. The looks are pretty nice, and yeah. Anyway, as far as the gun goes on this is the second best thing about it. The best being the armor, of course. The rate of fire on this is 6 rounds per minute, so you have a standard base reload time of 10 seconds. You have an aiming time of 2 seconds, an accuracy of 0.35, and your average penetration for your standard round is 258. For your premium round, it's 340 average penetration, and for your HE, it's 60. As far as damage goes, your standard and premium rounds do an average of 400 damage, and your average damage on a penetration with an HE is 515 damage. So it's pretty much got a gun like a medium tank. It's got mobility that's not as good as a medium tank, but it's better than a lot of heavies. Anyway, the engine in this thing has 875 horsepower, which gives this thing a power ratio of 16.32 horsepower per ton. Going forward, your max speed is 37 kph, and in reverse, it's 12 kph. If you're shot in the engine, you get a 20% chance of getting caught on fire. So don't show your rear to the enemy. Like I said, the gun on this has a base reload of 10 seconds, base aiming time of 2 seconds, accuracy of 0.35. Your gun elevation max is 15 degrees, and max depression is 8 degrees. The hull on this tank can rotate at 30 degrees per second, and the terrain resistances are 1.2 for hard ground, 1.3 for medium ground, and 2.4 for soft ground. Of course, that's before you add any crew skills to help that out. Your base view range in this tank is 400 meters, and your rotation speed of the turret is 32 degrees a second. The radio on this tank has a signal range of 745 meters, so you'll be able to see some targets that, are pretty far away, and, if need to be, you can snipe a couple shots. Your standard round in this tank is minimum penetration of 194, maximum penetration of 323, damage between 3 and 500, and the shell velocity is 1,067 meters a second. When you switch to your premium rounds, your minimum penetration is 255, your maximum penetration is a whopping 425 millimeters of penetration. Same damage and shell velocity as your standard rounds. And your HE rounds on this have minimum penetration of 45, maximum penetration of 75, minimum damage of 386, maximum damage of 644, on penetration of course, and it's actually got a 2.5 meter splash radius. The shell velocity stays the same as well. So, I mean, all in all, this is an all-around decent tank. It's not super fast, I mean, but it's got armor, it's got a gun. And speaking of armor, I mean, the minimum armor on this tank, which is the tracks, as you see here, 20 millimeters. Those two small slits on the side of the turret, which are actually spaced armor, are between 21 and 30 millimeters. The inner part of your hull and your belly plate, the back of your hull and the top of your turret, as you see here, are between 31 and 50 millimeters of protection. Also your gun, it can get knocked out pretty easily sometimes. Some more sides of the tank, rear of the turret, stuff like that, 71 to 90 millimeters of protection. The rear of your commander's hatch, the side of your commander's hatch, and part of the gun mantelet are all 91 to 120 millimeters of protection. More of the gun mantelet, sides of the rear of the turret, part of the upper plate, and part of the lower plate are all between 121 and 160, but it's all angled. So you can get some pretty nice bounces off some of those. As far as the rest of the side of the turret there, and that one little strip across the front of the upper plate, you have between 161 and 190. And as you see here, over 191 millimeters of protection, up to 230. The rest in front of your commander's hatch, turret, stuff like that. And then, of course, 304 millimeters of armor across the front right there, right where the upper plate and lower plate meet, and in your gun mantlet and the cheeks. So, I mean, as long as you keep your lower plate hidden and you don't give them easy shots on your commander's hatch, you're going to bounce a whole lot of rounds. And even for the commander's hatch, for a lot of tanks, depending, even tier 10 tanks, they have to switch to premium rounds. But anyway, I'm rambling a little bit. So let's go into the first match here, which is Dragon Ridge. Of course, it's a tier 10 match. Not a lot of tier 10s. 3 on the enemy team, 4 on my team. And yeah, our first order of business is to push up to the right in front of us to go to the approximately the D8 area, D7, D8 area, and try to get some early spots through the gap in the mountains there, and try to get some early damage as well. As far as equipment, I run coated optics, vertical stabilizers for the extra, accuracy while you're moving, because in this tank you shouldn't try to snipe unless you're, really low health, something like that. So coated optics and vert stabs are good for that, because you're constantly moving, they're always working. And for the third one, of course, I'm going to put Vince, because I have a pretty good crew in this. Small repair, small first aid, and case of cola. I do have a firefighting crew on this, so I don't have to worry about fire too much if I get caught on fire. So here's where I'm talking about, try to get some early spots here. As you see, tier 9 waffle. And we're going to back into cover because we don't want the side of our tank exposed too much. But I can't quite side scrape this corner just yet because I still have fender tanks past me. So yeah, we'll hit that E4, we'll track him. We'll try to cover this Borsig a little bit, but I think he ate that round anyway. And then we'll hit the side of the E4 and hit him in the ammo rack. Wonderful start to the match just by doing that alone. Try a blind shot and didn't get anything from it. The E4 misses us, so that was very, very lucky. And then we'll try to, shoot the tier 9 waffle as we're backing up, and the round just misses. But at this point, I can now try to side scrape properly. Oh, maybe not. We got more traffic coming by. Or is he going to park behind me and block me? That's exactly. Yeah, I'm just going to move forward. So yeah, at this point, try to snapshot that E75 on the move. He's, I don't know, about 400 meters away at that point. So, that was just kind of like a prayer. Of course it missed, no big deal. Not quite enough gun depression for that angle, so I'm going to back up, readjust, go to my left. And there we go. Now we can try to, immobilize this guy and do some damage. Unfortunately, he's still 300 meters away, and that round bounces off his upper plate. But we got a tier 9 Japanese heavy tank, the Type 4, showing us his side, so we'll go ahead and we'll gladly shoot it. E75 is still hidden relatively well. Type 4, nope, didn't go through his commander's hatch. But at this point, fighting those guys frontally is just going to be too much of a pain in the ass. So it's time to push forward to the right here, up the hill. Try to take care of these 2 heavy tanks that are up here. And hopefully get some flanking shots. Or, spot anybody that might be down along the J line, anything like that. But I constantly, feel like this tank needs to be constantly readjusting on the battlefield and keeping the gun working. It doesn't have a high alpha damage, so in order to keep, doing well, you have to keep finding shots. So as you see here, I see that low health Conqueror, and I know it's kind of a kill steal, but I went ahead and finished him off just to get his gun out as quick as possible. And I probably should have rammed Narvin here, but I decided not to, just because he's going to die quickly anyway. Save my hit points as much as possible. But now we're going to try to get up here on the hill behind the 2 Type 4s and the E75 and anything else that may be down there, because we didn't spot anything else. So, oh, there's that Borsig. We'll just finish him off really quick. He bounced off of us, so that was good. He probably could have penetrated our lower plate, maybe even with a standard round. But AT-15, nothing to worry about there. So I'm going to go ahead and pull around to his side. He gets tracked by a friendly tank, so we'll just pull behind, do a quick shot, wait for another one. Nope, the 215B is going to finish him off. But now, here we go, the back of the heavies, Japanese heavies. These things have a lot of hit points, so he may look low on hit points, but that's still 2 more shots to kill him. So there we got a really decent roll, 445 out of a max 500. So we couldn't have finished him off in 1 shot. He's got more than 50 hit points left. His friend was facing our way, bounces one off our turret cheek, so, you know, that was good for us. And here we go, finished that guy because he backed up. And 39, I guess if we would have had a really high roll, like near 500, we could have finished him. But that's more of a pipe dream. But yeah, here you go. As you see, just keeping this gun at work. We got these guys flanked. Not a whole lot more they can do. And sometimes the accuracy fails you. As you see, I hit the ridge right behind that E75, and we weren't able to get that damage. So the last guy is an enemy E5, but we have his back, so we can just go ahead and snapshot and track him. But hey, track target hit, so you know that's good. And we tried to ram him, get a little bit extra damage, but it did nothing. But yeah, this is a pretty average game damage-wise in the T110E5. Alright, so at the end of that one, we had 13 penetrations. Like I said, that's average. Almost 4,200 damage. We assisted for almost 3,000. We blocked 1,300. But we made 44,000 silver and 4,400 experience because that was our first win of the day. Got a mastery badge first class. I think I still have yet to get an ace tanker 99% in this. I don't think I've gotten one yet. But here's the team stats for anybody who wants to see that. As you see, I wasn't top of the team. This was just a pretty average match. Really good matches. I mean, you can do upwards of 8,000 damage. But anyway, second map here, we're on El Haluf. This is the war variant of the map. And of course, the main fight is going to be up in the B1, B2, you know, C1, C2, that area up there. So being in a tier 10 heavy tank that has some amazing armor and a good gun, of course, that's where we're going to go.
Alright, men, we've got enemies in the area. We either have to take them all out or capture their base. Let's roll.
So, you know, like I said, the mobility on this isn't horrible. We're already up to almost 40 kilometers per hour, but it's also downhill. You know, but fairly quick. And we can push up to this corner, you know, relatively quickly. Looks like our light tank is on a spotting run down the middle already, even though nobody's in position. With an enemy light tank chasing him, so I don't think he's going to last. No, he's surrounded. He's not going to last very long. Anyway, pushing up to this corner here. And it looks like our team is relatively spread out, so I don't want to push up too far, because I don't have, you know, a whole hell of a lot of backup. And there we go, our friendly Lycan died on that spotting room. But here, we're going to stop at this corner. This is a good corner to fight from in an E5 because of your armor. Bulldog, he might be trying to bait me. I don't want to pull around just yet because they may have, you know, some of their tank exposed. Ooh, and we just put a shot over the top of the back deck of that T-57 Heavy. And of course, if I would have pulled around the corner after that Bulldog, that T-57 may have just clipped me as well. So, you know, I'm glad I didn't, you know, go up there and get baited by it. But it looks like we do have 5, maybe 6 tanks with us. So if we can hold this corner, T-57. Oh, we tracked him as well. Awesome. Now if somebody else could do some damage, that would be great. Oh, he fixed it and backed up. It's quite unfortunate. He's trying to bait a shot from me here. The only thing I can do is hit his tracks. If I pull forward, I might be able to get a turret cheek, but it's just too slim of a shot. Yeah, too slim of a shot. He got hit by the E4, so I'll go ahead and try to track him. Not quite enough to get a shot on him, but let's check this corner here. Oh look, T-54E1 that killed our Lycan. We'll just snapshot him, you know, especially with the good penetration we have. But, oh, IS-3, I can aim at his lower plate easily. There we go. And yeah, as long as you can keep this gun singing, I mean, you're gonna do some good things, do a lot of damage. Fatherland as well. We bounced one of the rounds from T-57 Heavy, but then our Death Star took him out, so that's very good. But we've got tanks on our right that are flanking around. We're kind of all globbed up in one area here, so we might just have to pull out here in a second and try to expand our area. There's no artillery to worry about, which is great. I just don't want to take any unnecessary damage, you know, possibly get tracked. I don't know where their tank destroyers are, but yeah, it's time to move forward. Get a really, really lucky snapshot on the IS-3. If you guys looked, the reticle was white, but the accuracy of the gun, which should have technically failed me, went just over the hill and finished him off. Got around in the T-54E1, ran him for the tracks. Nope. No big deal. I'm gonna have to turn to my right and, ooh, T110E5 with his rear to me. That means I can shoot him in the butt. Ooh, and critted his engine as well. Maybe we can ram him to death. Not quite. 120 damage to him and 56 damage to me. There's only 45 damage shy of finishing him off. Maybe I should do that crew skill that improves ramming damage. But that'll be at a later date. Controlled impact, that's what it's called. Well, now we're going to push around the corner. Hopefully finish off this other heavy that's over here, especially if he runs from our two tank destroyers that are pushing him. Nope, he didn't even make it very far from there. So at this point, it looks like a tier 10 medium tank. Yep, T-62 Alpha is down there. Finished off our AMX 5100, and he's near our flag. I'm still worried about where that Object 140 is. I haven't seen him anywhere, so he might be over there helping him as well. He also may be back defending their base as well, since they know we're headed this way. But I'm going to go ahead and keep pushing forward, because we do got two heavy tanks that are within range to go back and get a reset if it's necessary. So, yep, looks like we do got someone on the flag, probably that T-62A. And we do got one person going back, but we just lost our Type 5 Heavy to an E4, which looks like he's headed towards our flag as well. So, you know, things are not looking good right now. Oh, and a second person on the flag. That could be anybody. Yeah, now it's just time to do as much damage as possible, because this game could be lost. So we'll just shoot the patent in his lower plate. He tries to snapshot me and realizes that's not going to work. I try to snapshot him and bounce off his upper plate as well. But there we go, now he's trying to come in. He'll track us. We tried to track him. That's alright, I've got a good repair crew on this tank. Ooh, but he just got hit hard, so now we can finish him off. Well, it looks like the heavy got one reset in. Now there's only one person left on the flag. Maybe we can pull up and get a little bit more damage before the time expires. Unless he can reset again. Oh, look, Persian. Snapshot him in the side. Oh, he did get a reset. Nice, right as I shot that Persian. So with that in mind, I don't want to just, you know, rush forward to have that E4 pop out and put a big round into me. Go ahead and snapshot him again. Alright, he's taken care of. But yeah, now that I can focus on him, we've got a minute and a half to do as much damage as we can. So if we can get to this E4 over here, hopefully his back is to us, and Maybe we can set a fire, ammo rack, you know, something spectacular would be great. So there we go, we'll snapshot him, 400 damage. He's turning towards us, so let's get behind him. Push him forward, get some help from the Death Star. Nice, the Death Star, 1200 damage almost. And, ooh, the medium tank pulled off the flag. Is that the Object 140 or the T62? Anyway, E4 down the middle. Should be able to put some rounds into him. Still haven't fired any premium rounds yet. Ooh, Object 140 on about 75% health. Try the E4. Nope, at that angle we can't penetrate his upper plate with a standard round. Let's try a heat round, which does lose penetration over distance, so maybe it won't work either. Nope, it doesn't work either. I'm gonna have to hit him in his lower plate. Ooh, the accuracy fails me, round goes up. It's alright, he's not aiming at me, but I do got a lot of health, so if I can bait a shot from him, you know, it may be able to save my team. And we hit him. Oh, one of our teammates just died. It was the 215B, it's the Death Star. So now E4. Probably could have finished him with an HE round, but didn't really want to chance it because I may have, you know, low-rolled hit him in a heavy part of his armor. But now it's me in an IS-3 versus this Object 140, so I'm going to go down there and help him out. And right now we're on 16 penetrations, which is really good for this tank. It's not the best game I've ever had, damage-wise, but it's up there. It's pretty nice. So, he's eyeing up a shot on the 140 and finishes off the IS-3. So now it's just me and this Object 140. He's on about 70-75% health, and I'm almost full. So we'll snapshot him, he'll track us. Gotta fix this right away. Try to track him. Nope. I can win a brawl with this guy any day as long as he doesn't get around my sights easily. But it looks like he's trying to run away, so I gotta keep following him. If he gets distance on me, he's got better view range, better camo. He's a lot more mobile than me. So he could probably, you know, keep me at a distance and chip my health away. I mean, I have one of those tanks, and that's what I try to do if I was put in this situation. That is what I would attempt to do. But yeah, I'm just, ooh, that was a good snapshot. Went ahead and tracked him. Now I can close some distance. Maybe I'll finish him with this round. Ooh, not quite. Not quite. One more shot to finish him now. We finally took an actual hit of damage now. First one of the game. Not counting our ramming damage on the other E5 from earlier. But anyway, he went somewhere over here. Maybe he's behind that rock right in front of me, went left, and climbing the hill. Not sure where. Nope, detected. Did he go left? Nope, nope, he's to my right. Love the mini-map. And we'll finish him off. And we ended up getting 6 kills for a top gun. 19 penetrations. So, alright, at the end of that match, as you see, I didn't have any more premium time. No big deal. We only lost 20,000 silver. But we had 21 penetrations, which gave us almost 6,600 damage, which gave us high caliber. 6 kills for a top gun, mastery badge first class, and 3,300 experience. We also blocked 2,500 damage. But anyway, that's how I play the E5. So I'll go to the team stats here in a second for you. But until next time, fellow tankers, you guys go out there and kill some shit. I hope to see you guys on the battlefield. And don't forget, guys, if you like this video, hit that like button. It helps me out a lot. And if you're new to the channel and like what you see, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I'll be bringing more videos soon.